All right, so we've got something pretty interesting for our deep dive today. Website snippets, text messages, and a whole lot of questions about this company called BRAINS.net.
Sounds like a fun one. Let's dive in.
Yeah, so like the website itself is kind of our first clue, right? BR-AI-NS.net. And it's not subtle at all. Unleash the power of AI. It's like their slogan. They repeat that phrase a lot.
Interesting. Yeah, it's like they're really hammering that home. You know what I mean? Like almost to the point where it's like, okay, we get it. You guys like AI.
Exactly, but here's where it gets even more interesting. The guy behind it all, Brian Dempsey, he's a mathematician
Okay.
and a home designer
Wait, what?
with experience in AI. Like, what's the connection?
Yeah, that's a really interesting combo. You don't see that every day. I mean, mathematician and AI, I get.
Yeah.
But home design, that's a curveball.
Right. It's like, what is BRAINS even doing? Are they, like, designing AI-powered houses?
Or using AI to, like, pick out curtains.
Maybe. Or maybe he's bridging the gap
Hmm.
between the purely technical side of AI and, like, the human element, the
Yeah.
aesthetics, you know?
That's a good point. And it makes you want to learn more about this Brian Dempsey character, right? Like, what's his deal?
Yeah, for sure. What else do we know about him?
Well, according to his very long and impressive resume, he's been involved in a lot of businesses, like LRT. We've got Brian R. Dempsey Plus Associates, which is all about pension actuarial services,
Tensions.
pensions. Then there's Dempsey, Filliger and Associates. They're in the healthcare space. Actuarial stuff there, too, I think.
Okay, so we're seeing a theme here.
Yeah.
Numbers, risk, big systems. Exactly. And then to top it off, there's Remornet Corporation. They build systems for big companies to manage their employee benefits.
So, like, really complex systems that affect a lot of people.
Exactly. It's all starting to make sense now, isn't it? This guy, he's all about using data and technology to manage these huge, complicated things. And AI, well, that's like the ultimate tool for that, right?
Right. It's like he's been building up to this his whole career. But it makes you wonder, what's his vision for BRAINS? Is it just about making these systems more efficient, or is there something more to it?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? But hold on, because there's one more layer to this onion. Brian, he's not just a businessman. He's been on the boards of some pretty interesting organizations.
Oh, really? Like what?
The Capistrano Unified School District, for one.
Okay. Education. Interesting.
The Beckman Laser Institute.
Now that's high tech.
And get this, the Children's Hospital of Orange County.
Wow. So it's not just about profits for this guy.
No, definitely not. It's like he's got this whole other side, this desire to make a difference in the world, to use his skills for good.
Okay, now that is really interesting. We've got a real enigma on our hands here.
It's like he's trying to bring AI to every aspect of life, right? From the financial markets to the classroom to the hospital. But why? What's the grand plan?
All right, so we've got the who of BAINs, but the why is still a mystery. Yeah, and it's not just like theoretical stuff either. The website mentions this company, RemoteNet, founded back in 1998.
1998. Okay, so we're talking like the dawn of the internet age here.
Yeah, exactly. And back then, it sounds like RemoteNet was all about like the basics. Network management for small businesses, you know, setting up those early office networks.
Oh yeah, back when printers were always jamming and nobody knew what a firewall was.
Pretty much. But here's the thing, even back then they were talking about network security and remote monitoring. Like, that was already on their radar.
Wow, they were ahead of their time.
Right. It's like they saw the way things were going, that even these basic networks were becoming more complex, more interconnected.
And now look at us. We're drowning in devices, networks, data. That's a whole different ballgame.
Exactly. And that's where BRAINs comes in. They're not just managing a few desktops and a printer anymore.
No, they're talking about dual band, Wi-Fi routers,
Yeah.
managed switches, next generation firewalls. It's like a whole different language.
And it's not just about the office anymore either, right? They're managing smart office tools, mobile devices, Internet of Things.
Oh yeah, all those smart devices that are supposed to make our lives easier.
But they also make our networks way more complicated and way more vulnerable.
Which is probably why BRAINS is so big on cybersecurity now. They're talking about proactive monitoring, threat detection, even using AI to manage cloud services.
Which, let's be honest, sounds like something out of Star Trek.
Totally. But it's also kind of unsettling, right? Like, how much are we willing to let AI manage?
That's the question, isn't it? But it seems like BRAINs is aware of that concern.
It's like we're handing over the keys to the kingdom, right?
Yeah.
But you're right. They do seem to be aware of that. There's this one phrase on their website, all enhanced by the judicious use of AI.
Judicious. I like that. It's like they're saying, yeah, we've got all this powerful tech, but we're not just going to unleash it willy-nilly.
Exactly. They're being careful, thoughtful, which, honestly is kind of refreshing
Yeah.
in this day and age.
Totally. And it's not just lip service either. They've got a whole section on their website, downloads, articles about AI adoption, best practices, all that good stuff.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, they're not just trying to sell you something. They actually want you to understand it.
Right. It's like they're building trust, saying, hey, we're the good guys. We're here to help you navigate this whole AI thing.
And maybe that's why they're so open to, actually talking to people. Their contact info is all over the website. Phone, email, even video conferencing.
It's like they're saying, don't be shy. Give us a call. Let's chat, which is a pretty bold move.
Yeah, usually these tech companies, they try to hide behind their websites,
Yeah.
but this feels different, more personal.
Definitely. And speaking of personal, let's talk about that text message, the one that led us here in the first place. Call Brian.
It's like the cherry on top of this whole AI Sunday. We've got this mysterious company, a founder with a fascinating background, and then boom, a direct line to the man himself.
So what do you think? Ready to make the call?
I don't know about you, but I'm definitely intrigued. This whole thing, it's like a puzzle, and we've only just started to put the pieces together.
Exactly. And who knows, maybe that phone call, that's the missing piece, the one that ties it all together.
Well, there you have it, folks. What started with a few website snippets and a cryptic text message has turned into a deep dive into the world of AI. We've explored the evolution of networks, the power of proactive security, and the potential of AI to reshape industries and even our lives.
We've met a mathematician who designs homes, a tech CEO who sits on the board of a children's hospital, a company that seems to be using AI not just for profit, but for progress.
But the biggest question remains unanswered. What's next for BAINs, and what role will they play in shaping the future? We may not have all the answers, but we hope this deep dive has given you the information and the inspiration to draw your own conclusions.
Because in the age of AI, one thing's for sure. The future is not pre-programmed. It's up to all of us to write the code.